For example 3, the application of solving using square roots. So for this one it says, consider the square below. What is the value of x if the area of the square is 36 square units? So first you have to know the area of a square. And these are your sides, and you would take side times side. And side times side is side squared. And that equals my area. So I know that my side is x plus 2. And I will square it because x plus 2 times x plus 2 is x plus 2 squared. And then it equals my area, which is 36. So now I go ahead and square both sides, or square root both sides. So I have x plus 2 equals plus or minus 6. Then we subtract the 2, and we have x equals negative 2 plus or minus 6. Now we branch. So we say negative 2 plus 6 and negative 2 minus 6. So for the first one, negative 2 plus 6 is 4, and for the second one, negative 2 minus 6 is negative 8. Now, in this particular problem, we're dealing with measurement, like a distance. So we need to have a positive solution, or we need a number that plugs into this expression and it creates a positive solution. Okay, so 4 goes in here. So 4 plus 2 would be 6. Now 6 and 6 multiplied together do make 36, and everything's positive. So that would be my answer. Negative 8 plugged in here would give me a negative 6, and I can't measure negative 6 of something. So I'm only going to pick the positive solution, or the solution that makes this positive over here when I plug in. Okay, so for part B, I would say x minus 6 squared equals the area 64. And then I would just follow my steps up here. Square root both sides. I would get x minus 6 equals plus or minus 8. Then add or subtract something. So I would add 6. Okay. Then we have 6 plus or minus 8. I branch it off, and I have 6 plus 8 and 6 minus 8. So this gives me 14, and this gives me negative 2. So my final answer would be a positive 14 because it makes the solution a positive measurement. For letter C, it says, consider the square below. What is the value of x if the area of the square is 100 square units? So again, this is your side, and you square it, and that equals the 100, which is your area. So according to our steps, the first step was take the square root of both sides. Okay, square root and square cancel. So we have x plus 3 equals the square root of 100 is plus or minus 10 when you put it into an equation. Then you have to add or subtract something. So I want to get rid of this 3. I want to subtract it. So x equals negative 3 plus or minus 10. So I would say negative 3 plus 10 and negative 3 minus 10. That gives me 7. And that gives me negative 13. So I want to pick the answer that gives me a positive solution here. And 7 plus 3 gives me 10. Okay, 10 is positive. So I'm going to go with x equals 7 and not the negative solution. Okay, last one. It says we would do x minus 7 squared equals the area of this square, which is 144. Again, square root both sides. And we have x minus 7 equals plus or minus 12. So I add 7, and I have 7 plus or minus 12. So we have 7 plus 12 and 7 minus 12. So we have a 19 and a negative 5. Well, 19 minus 7 gives you a positive 12. So we're going to go with the positive solution, 19. Since we have to have a positive number for measurement, for distanced.